Fern, new video. Oh, here we go, baby. Here we go. All right. Fern is so good at storytelling. The hunt for the Xbox hackers. I want to watch this. Fern never misses, bro.
This is David Pecora.
Okay.
He's 22 years old, has shoulder-length blonde hair, and studies computer science.
Oh, me!
His online names are Xenon and Xenomega. He's part of the Xbox community, tweaking consoles and creating cheats for games like Halo and
Oh, I
Call of
remember
Duty.
this story.
Right now, he has an annoying problem. The bumper of his car is broken, and the dealer refuses to ship the parts to Canada. So he asks his friend Justin, who lives in the US, if he can order the new bumper to his house.
Okay.
They met each other years ago on the internet. Justin lives in Wilmington, about an 8-hour drive away. David's plan is to drive there.
You know what it is? I should have stopped watching that video when he mentioned Reddit. That's what it is. That's what it fucking is. I thought it would be like linked to some fucking crazy ass organization or whatever the fuck. I should have just stopped there. That was my mistake. My bad.
Maybe grab something to eat together and head back home. His dad offers to tag along so they can take turns driving. They take the family car. About an hour later, David and his dad get to the border. The US border officer checks their passports.
Oh, kind
He's
of.
about to wave
Passports
him
are
through
blue.
when he sees a strange name on his display. "What's Xenon?" the officer asks. David flinches. That's his online name.
Oh.
But why on earth does it pop up here at the passport control? Two figures in dark uniforms approach the vehicle. They pull their weapons and tell him to step out of the car.
Guys,
David.
Imagine giving your passport, then somebody goes like, Aretaik? Dude, my heart would drop. If I give my passport and somebody went like, Deme? Oh, nah, dude. That's scary as fuck.
Gets arrested. He walked right into a trap. The thing is, David may have done more than tweaking consoles and coding cheats. The FBI has been after him for years. He's part of a hacker gang that will become to known as the Xbox Underground. They are responsible for an unprecedented series of cyber attacks on some of the biggest tech firms on the planet. I remember this story
about the cyber attack shit.
They stole thousands of login credentials, heisted the source code of unpublished games, and hacked into confidential US military simulations. They didn't do it on behalf of some government agency. Sometimes they didn't even make money with it. They were just a bunch of teenagers.
Imagine you give your password and they say, dick cheese. Bro, that username is insane. Hi, Savage Queen.
This entire story is based on the fabulous Wired article and a
double
episode
about the story
of the
about the hackers and the kids or the hackers
Diaries.
and stuff like that?
You'll find the links in the description. David was always destined to become a hacker. He's still in elementary school when he builds his own little web browser. He simply teaches himself how to code.
A nerd!
In 2001, David's world and that of countless other kids changes forever. The OG Xbox is released.
For the first time, let me now unveil Xbox.
Back then, the Xbox marks a technological milestone.
Oh my god, back in the day when the Xbox looked cool. Oh my god, memories, holy shit.
A bunch of high-end hardware packed into a massive black casing. The black and green dashboard and the ridiculously oversized controller kind of give off nuclear reactor vibes. It's a completely new aesthetic at the time. David gets one and hopelessly falls in love with Halo.
Oh my
but he's
god,
not just
I
a
wish I grew up with
gamer.
Halo.
He's fascinated by
I
the
did not, I
Xbox's
grew up
tech.
with COD.
He becomes part of the fast-growing online community of like-minded nerds. They crack their consoles and get their own software running. They stream music, install Linux, and even manage to boot up Nintendo games. David is extremely talented and quickly gains cred in the scene. He starts writing programs for Halo that let you tweak the physics or even the weather in the game. Then, in 2005, the Xbox 360 drops and changes everything. Again. Microsoft learned from its mistakes and bolstered the console's security. To hack the new Xbox, you need a development kit. That's a special console with extra features just for developers.
I really remember this
These
story.
dev kits are incredibly hard to get.
I
Developers
guess we're
need to be
talking shit. No, Dick Cheese. Okay, Dick Cheese, you were AFK, but this guy went to a patrol thingy and he gave his passport, and then the motherfucker said his username out loud. But imagine if his username was like crazy, like Dick Cheese. Are you Dick Cheese? Like, imagine if he said it out loud.
Certified by Microsoft to have one. For everyone else, they're strictly off limits. It takes a while, but eventually a few dev kits start popping up online. Someone has found thousands of them at a recycling yard. Microsoft must have tried to trash them, but now someone is making money by selling them. In 2008, David acquires several of these dev kits for himself and resells a few. This is how he meets Justin May, his buddy from Wilmington. Online, Justin goes by MTW. The dev kit gives David access to
Are you
PartnerNet,
XXX MILF Hunter? Yeah, dude, this is insane. Like,
a closed platform where Xbox developers
this story is only
upload
cool
test
if your
versions of their
username is
games.
cool.
He spends his nights scouring PartnerNet, posting screenshots of unreleased games and making a name for himself in online forums. He starts showing up late to school. His grades are slipping. But he thinks, what if this is my ticket to a career in game development?
Right, okay.
In 2010, David catches the attention of a guy named Dylan Wheeler. Dylan is 14 and lives in Perth, Australia. He has long brown hair and is in the middle of puberty. He loves a good thrill.
Okay, God, what is up with these motherfucking storytellers and telling us like crazy ass details that we don't need to know? Oh, he was in the middle of puberty. Oh my God, he used 2 fingers to press on the button of the airplane. Like, God, dude, God damn it.
And got into hacking early on. In high school, Dylan got suspended for hacking into the school's network. But he doesn't like to be told what to do, so he hacked the network again and got suspended again. He is fascinated by what David and others are doing with the Xbox and wants in on the action. So he signs up to the Xbox hacking forum. His online moniker is Superday. That same year, 2010, another Xbox 360 dev kit ends up in the hands of Sanad Nishayawat. Sanad is 24, lives in Washington, New Jersey, and is a true tech enthusiast. He started gaming by 8. By 12, he was taking apart entire consoles. His room is packed with electronics. His desk is covered by a soldering iron, an oscilloscope, and all sorts of electronic parts. He dives into the Xbox scene and calls himself Sonic. It's an incredibly exciting time for David, Justin, Dylan, Sanad, and many others. PartnerNet is an absolute goldmine. They get to play new games months before their release, completely free of charge. But at some point, they start getting into trouble with real developers on the platform. In 2009, David finds a way to use cheats for the brand new Call of Duty game. He sets up a server and charges users for using his cheats.
God, I remember this one time before like the PS3's like servers were going down or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I really wanted to like see how COD was doing before, and then it was all just hacking. It was just all hacks. It was just all the servers were ruined. Everything was ruined, and I was like, holy shit, the servers were pink and things were just like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
$100 per 30 minutes. Players can walk through walls and fire without ever missing a shot. The cheap business is a huge success. David quickly makes up to $8,000 a day.
Oh my!
He takes his girlfriend to fancy restaurants and stays in luxury hotels. Activision, the developer behind Call of Duty, catches wind of David's scheme. They send him cease and desist letters and threaten to sue. But David doesn't respond. They're just video games, he thinks. It's not like he's hacking into servers and stealing information. Well,
wait,
not yet.
He got sent a cease and desist. Wait. That means they know where he lives, right? No? They know who he is. He knows blah, 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 blah. And he just didn't reply? What? He just ignored it? He just... Oh. Hello?
One night, Dylan gets a message from an online friend named GamerFreak1727. It contains a list of usernames and matching email addresses and passwords, all taken from a forum run by game developer Epic Games. At the time, Epic is mostly known for Unreal Tournament and Gears of War. Dylan checks the list and finds the login credentials of an IT employee at Epic Games. He wonders if that person uses the same password on other sites.
Oh no.
He tries to log in to the employee's Gmail account.
Oh no, lemon squeezy!
And it works. He combs through the inbox and finds another password, admin060606. It gives him access to an internal network at Epic Games. Dylan sends David a message to tell him about his find. David is hooked. What if the servers are hosting unreleased games? He knows that what they're doing is illegal, so he sets himself some limits. No looking at customer data or credit card information. He's only interested in the games.
Okay.
David and Dylan spend months rummaging through the Epic servers on the hunt for anything interesting. And sure enough, they eventually find something.
Who the fuck is in charge of Xbox's cybersecurity?
Complete with source code. They can't believe their luck. They're on the verge of playing one of the most anticipated games of the year, months before anyone else. They message Sanad to let him in on their discovery. He has a hacked modem at home that lets him cover up his IP address, so he can download the game without getting caught.
Right.
Sanad logs into Epic's network and grabs the files.
I guess it didn't work.
It's hundreds of gigabytes of data. He stays up all night until the download finally completes. He's too excited to go to sleep. He burns the data onto 8 Blu-rays and mails them to David. He writes the words wedding videos on the package. David receives the package and tries the game.
Yeah, nothing suspicious about sending teenagers wedding videos, right?
It's not really playable at this stage. David sends the game to the others, including Justin. Just a few days later, the game appears online as a public download. The leak makes headlines everywhere.
Last week, Gears of War 3 was leaked on the web. Gears developer Epic Games confirmed that this is not the final build of the game and warned people that downloading the title may actually melt your system. Not sure if that's true, but scare tactics aside, don't pirate. Pirating sucks.
The guys are still snooping around the Epic Games network when they stumble upon a very unsettling email. Epic Games has called the FBI because of the leak, but it seems the feds are not onto them yet. David is freaking out. He asks Justin to help him crypt his hard drives. Sanad decides to lay low and wait for things to calm down.
My God,
Dylan,
remember
however,
when IGN was
FBI.
relevant? Do y'all remember those days when those days were actually relevant and shit? Wow.
He keeps logging into the servers while the feds are actively scanning them to find the hackers. His ballsiness pays off. Dylan finds a USB drive connected to the network, and on that drive he finds a list of all the company's important access credentials. Dylan now has full access to Epic's network.
Oh my God.
From that point on, he logs into the network every single day. He roams around the PCs of Epic employees and taps their webcams. He sits at his computer in Australia and watches them in real time while they move around the office or sit in meetings. He mostly exploits human errors. He searches data breaches for login credentials and then tries them on other sites. Eventually, he manages to also hack into the network of other companies. Dylan is on a serious hacking spree. David and Sanad find out what he is doing and jump back in. They just can't resist. One by one, they hack the networks of tech giants like Microsoft, EA, Bungie, Blizzard, Valve, and Activision. They keep digging deeper and deeper, downloading more and more unreleased games.
It's so cute.
It's like a fever dream. The guys have been hacking their way through the gaming industry for almost a year now. From time to time, they're also making money off of it. David starts selling the jacked and unreleased games to a user called Xbox Dev Guy. The contact is established via Justin. But deep down, they're still just a bunch of gaming fans.
Guys, they're so fucking dumb. How do you think they receive money from these people? One person can just be from the FBI, ask for the cheat, you pay for it, you get all the bank details or whatever the fuck, and you wonder who the fuck this guy is. Bitcoin? Oh, right.
They invite their friends over to show their new video games. They never reveal where they get them from. They're a small and tight-knit group, but they can't always keep the excitement to themselves. So every now and then, word gets out to the wider scene. And every time that happens, new people want in on the action. 2 new faces join the group. Austin Alcala is a 16-year-old high school student from
I don't think Bitcoin was that popular at this time of that year. No shot. I don't think these kids would be able to do it. There's one thing about this video, he doesn't credit the original author. He stole his content because his original video is 1 by 1 in German at original. Even the animations. What?
Wardsville, Indiana. He's tall, rather shy and reserved. Online, he goes by AA Monkey. The second newbie is Nathan LaRue, an 18-year-old from Bowie, Maryland. His dad works as a diesel mechanic, and his mom is busy homeschooling him. Nathan has written a program to fake FIFA coins and dreams of becoming a proper game developer someday.
God.
Online, he calls himself Anime Freak. The group expands their hacking activities.
Furnace is a new channel.
And the
All
virtual
of these
break-ins
videos are
move
from
further
his
and
German
further away
account.
from gaming. AMD, Intel, Disney, Warner Brothers, and Google. They end up infiltrating the servers of almost 25 companies, all of them major corporations.
I appreciate how much you care, though, that you
A late summer evening in 2012, Austin and Nathan are poking around the servers of Zombie Studios. a developer known for war games like the Spec Ops series. They discover a tunnel that leads them straight to a US military server. The drives host a new game Zombie Studios is working on, AH-64D, Apache Simulator, a flight simulator commissioned by the US Department of Defense.
Oh, I've heard about this simulator before!
They hesitate. This is bigger than anything they have found so far, and much more dangerous. Curiosity ends up getting the best of them, and they download the game. The group is at its peak. They've been active for over 2 years. They've gone places no one else could.
Bro, are you serious? The military is the one thing you should never fuck with. They have the resources to, like, fucking do anything.
David, Dylan, Sanad, Austin, and Nathan have become the core of the group. Others are loosely involved in individual hacks. Altogether, there are almost a dozen strong now. They're aware that everything that they have done could already land them in jail. But they just can't stop. They joke about what they would call their gang in prison.
They're tweaking!
Xbox Underground sounds pretty badass, they think. They laugh at the idea, but not for much longer.
More!
Justin, aka MTW, was an early member of the group. He met David when he bought the Xbox 360 dev kit from him a few years ahead of the Epic Games hack. Justin was directly involved in many of their operations.
Can you imagine that this all started just because they have a hacked fucking Xbox thing? Like, what?
A few days before Gears of War 3 was leaked, Justin got the game from the others in the group. Some of them, like Sanad, suspected that he was the one who put it online.
Just because of a dev
Justin
kit?
is almost 3 years older than David, but compared to him, he's a lot less cautious. In 2010, Justin attends PAX East, a video game convention in
Oh my god, I remember when PAX East was such a huge thing. You know, I feel like conventions slowly are becoming less and less like such a, you know what I mean?
Boston. He gets calls from Sanad and a few others in the group. They ask him if he can hack into one of the networks on site. Maybe he'll find something interesting.
This guy is
no
addicted!
big deal if not. Justin gives it a try, but doesn't find a breach to exploit. The network is too secure. He's not ready to give it up, though. He walks around the convention center and finds the stand of a small developer called Atomic Games. They're showcasing a new shooter called Breach. Justin waits until one of the employees heads to the bathroom. Then he sneaks behind the stand and secretly tries to download the game onto his laptop. But the employee comes back sooner than expected. At just 14 megabytes, Justin has to cancel the download and make a run for it. 2 Atomic employees chase after him and quickly catch him. They take him to the police. During the arrest, Justin tries to bribe the officers. He offers them $100 if they let him go. During the interrogation, he openly admits he was trying to steal the game. He repeatedly tells the cops that he has names of people bigger and more important than himself. When the others hear about the arrest, they get suspicious. What if Justin has been talking to the cops? He loses their trust.
Dude, what a fucking bozo! What a bozo!
He disappears for a while, but eventually gets back in touch, trying to regain their trust.
Nah!
Now he is scamming companies like Cisco, Microsoft, and Lenovo with a return fraud scheme. Someone like that couldn't possibly be working with the cops. Some in the group, like David and Dylan, are thinking. Others, like Sanad, remain skeptical. After some time, Justin manages to get back on board.
Biggest mistake.
Back to August 2012, David and Dylan are poking around Microsoft servers. They come across a folder that seems pretty well protected. Looks like only a few developers have access to it.
No!
Maybe the company is working on some super
police!
secret project, they think. They download the folder and find a bunch of technical documents. Some pics of circuit boards and casings, source code, all that kind of stuff. They wonder what all of this could be for, and they quickly piece it together. They found the plans for the upcoming Xbox console, codename
Oh
Rainhoe.
my god, this Xbox was so pretty, in my opinion. I think it was so sleek. It was so... I think the old consoles used to look so cool.
It'll later be called the Xbox One. They ponder what to do with the plans. They could sell them to others, or they could try to build the console themselves. All parts seem to be available on the market.
Big as fuck.
They order the parts online and have everything shipped to Nathan's house. He volunteers to assemble the gaming console, and it works. The group now has a working
when they were trying to be a
prototype
Blu-ray
of the new
player,
Xbox,
yeah.
but no
Dude,
games to
I
test it
remember
with.
using my PlayStation to like watch Blu-ray videos. I didn't have a Blu-ray player, so I used my PS3 or something like that. Or yeah. I would use my PlayStation to watch Blu-ray like videos.
So they decide to sell it. They find a buyer in the Seychelles who is willing to pay $5,000. The buyer transfers the money, and the group discusses who is going to ship the console to him.
Ooh.
Justin steps up. He offers to take it to the post office. The group agrees. Justin drives from Delaware to Bowie, about a 2-hour ride, and picks up the console at Nathan's place. But the package never makes it to the Seychelles. They start to get nervous. What if the FBI has intercepted the package? After the sale falls through, Dylan decides to upload the pictures of their prototype online, just to see what happens. He doesn't consult with the others. That means the Xbox prototype is now seemingly publicly up for auction on eBay. By now, Dylan is already known for his impulsive actions. In early 2012, he got drunk, called Epic Games, and confessed to hacking their servers. He explained to the employees over the phone how he did it and asked for a poster as a reward. He actually got one. This time, things get even worse. The eBay auction goes viral. In no time, bids reach over $20,000. But the sale doesn't go through because Microsoft files a copyright claim. Dylan, who set up the auction under his online name, Super Day, starts giving online interviews.
We have someone who's gotten pretty world-renowned over the past couple of weeks here. I'm just gonna go straight to the chase here. His name is Dylan. Most people probably know him by his moniker Super Day. He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble with Microsoft and I guess he's taking the hacking community by storm. Dylan, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Sanad and David are pissed at Dylan. Really pissed. After leaving traces all over the internet, this kind of attention is the last thing they need. David cuts off all ties with Dylan. The only ones even more pissed are the people at Microsoft. The investigation picks up speed. Just weeks after the auction, the FBI raids Nathan's, aka Anime Freak's, house and arrest him. Sanad Nishayawat, aka Sonic, tries to distance himself from the group, but his house gets raided too. He sends a copy of the search warrant to others in the group, including Dylan. Dylan then posts the name of the agents who raided Sanad's house online.
I would literally burn everything. I would literally just absolutely burn my PC, burn everything, lose my credentials, cannot log in, everything, change a password to everything and make it so that the accounts can't go or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Delete everything, delete all the messages, delete everything, delete my account.
He publicly threatens to send hitmen after them.
Oh God.
A statement he later regrets. In February 2013, Dylan Wheeler, also known as Super Day, is finally arrested by Australian authorities. Austin has learned from Nathan how to fake FIFA coins and turned it into a business. Justin is involved in scams of his own. Both of them lay low for a while. David also keeps a low profile in Canada after he learns about the string of arrests. Well, at least until he gets a chance to snag an actual prototype of the new Xbox.
If Deme said he's gone one day, you'll know what happened. Okay.
Austin tells him about an 18-year-old hacker named Armin, aka Armin the Cyber. Armin claims to have access to Microsoft Campus and offers them a deal. He will sneak in and steal a real Durango prototype in exchange for some Microsoft server credentials and a few thousand.
You know what's so funny? I think it's so funny that you could just wait for maybe a few more, a year or a few more months, and you're just gonna get the Xbox anyway. Just wait for a bit and you're gonna get it anyway.
Dollars. David thinks Armin is nuts, but again, his curiosity gets the better of him, and he agrees.
I think they're doing it because they love the adrenaline of stealing.
At 9 p.m., Armin drives his car to Microsoft Campus. He's wearing a sweater with the company logo and carrying a big backpack. He has cloned some employee's access card and has no trouble getting in. The premises are enormous, but Armin knows his way around by now. For almost a year, he has been frequently sneaking into the buildings and dreaming of what it would actually be like to work there. He is a huge fan of Microsoft. He has even applied for a job, but has not heard back yet. Armin enters one of the office buildings. He's nervous, he's been there many times, but never to steal anything. There's still a few people around. Whenever he hears footsteps approaching, he hides.
The tea has dried.
He eventually finds what he's looking for in one of the open plan offices on the 3rd floor. His hands are shaking as he stuffs 3 Xbox prototypes into his backpack.
Oh my God, you fucking dumbass. Why are they always so selfish? 3!
The building, leaves the premises, and drives back home. He sends 2 of the... Dude,
is he stupid? Does he think that there's no cameras? There's Does he think that there's no fucking cameras or something?
Consoles to David in Austin and keeps one for himself. Just a week after his
Wait a minute, I
break-in,
just remembered. He applied there too. They know his face. He's so dumb. Oh my god. Oh.
Armin gets a call. It's Microsoft. They reviewed his application. He's got the job. It's a dream come true. But only a couple of weeks later, Armin loses the job. Surveillance cameras have caught him.
You're such an idiot. You're such an idiot. You're a fucking moron.
Stealing the prototypes. He's taken into custody. In January 2014, Austin Alcala, aka AA Monkey, is arrested at his house by 4 FBI agents.
What an idiot.
March,
He got his
David
dream
Pecora,
job.
Xenomega,
Waste his chance
gets
for
arrested
what?
at the
Some
US border.
kids? So dumb.
David, Sanad, Austin, and Nathan stand trial together in the US. Meanwhile, on the other side of the globe, Dylan is also facing charges. The group is accused of identity theft, fraud, and conspiracy to steal millions of dollars worth of intellectual property. The indictment is extremely detailed. The FBI must have been building the case for a long time.
Better call Saul!
There are chat logs and transcripts of personal conversations dating back to the first Epic Games hack in 2011. In court, prosecutors even play audio recordings that must have been secretly made during their hacking sessions.
But the funny thing is, I still have root access to all their computers because I signed in.
Oh Lord have mercy, forgive me for what I'm about to say, but like they sound exactly how I thought they would sound. Like, I'm sorry, man. These bunch of nerds are insane.
Yesterday.
So he knowingly logs into Epic, knowing that that's still there.
What do you mean?
Like, he in the emails, like they were emailing FBI people, and he knows that they talk to each other, but he still manages to not care.
I have it to the U.S. military. I have it to the Australian Department of Defense. I have every single big company: Intel, AMD, Nvidia, Google, Microsoft, Disney, Warner Brothers, everything.
I'm not gonna lie, there's so many. When I was in computer science and I was like studying there, majority of people like talk like this. I swear to God.
Indictment repeatedly mentions Person A. Person A provided most of the evidence for the FBI. Person A allegedly helped David encrypt his hard drive and sell unreleased games to a user named Xbox Dev Guy. Person A is also said to have delivered a self-made prototype of the new Xbox to the FBI.
I get a copy of the indictment and I start reading about...
No, dude, the comp sci accent is so real. I'm sorry, but it's true. A lot of people, you can tell when people are, majority of the time, speaking to the computer instead of in real life. They have a very, like, computer-ass, like, tone to their voice or accent, where they slur their words and they, like, they don't really speak properly. You know what I mean? I don't know why. They talk really lazily.
Person A from Wilmington,
like
Delaware.
You? Well, I am from computer science. Fuck it, man.
From Wilmington, Delaware. Justin.
Justin. All signs point to him being an informant of the FBI. Did he cut a deal with the police after the incident at the convention? Is that how he got away with all of his scams?
Wait.
No one knows for sure. The guys in the US plead guilty. They all have very different ways of coping with the conviction. David is cooperative. He helps the investigators understand how they bypass the systems of billion-dollar corporations. The officers are pretty impressed by the 23-year-old's skills. He spends 18 months in prison. After getting out, he finishes college and starts working for cybersecurity firms.
Oh.
Austin gets 3 years probation.
He has the most craziest CV that you can have. You know, the best people that you can hire are people who knows how to do the bad thing. And that's just so true in cybersecurity. If you know how to do it, then you know how to protect yourself.
He doesn't serve a single day in jail because he agrees to help the FBI with another fraud case involving fake FIFA.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that this guy didn't choose to like just help the police, because like there's a lot of plea deals where it's like, okay, if you help them and you tell them extremely exactly how you did it and you tell them so that these things cannot happen again, and if you comply with the police and you comply with the companies, etc., you're fine, you're good, and you could like continue on. Usually it's something like that.
Gets 3 years probation. He doesn't serve
I'm
a single
surprised
day
that the
in
guy
jail
like
because he agrees to help the FBI
something.
with another fraud case involving fake FIFA coins. He later becomes the head of cybersecurity at a social media startup. Sanad serves the same sentence as David, 18 months. He too gets out, but the following years are very hard on him.
Oh.
He starts working at a vape store and goes to college. But his probation officer bans him from using a computer and constantly harasses him.
Oh. So he got the bad end of the stick? How come everybody else like was able to do probation and still work in cybersecurity and stuff like that? Was he not able to like talk himself out? Look at this fucking Miku.
Everything that I would ever ask her would always be a no. Like, for example, like I would want to go down and see, you know, my sister in Virginia or something, and it's no. You know, it could be, she would come up with the craziest reasons to why she wouldn't let me do anything.
Sanad became more and more isolated and eventually slips into
so how come he gets the bad end of the stick and nobody else did? I don't understand.
Depression. Seeing no prospects for himself, he turns to drugs.
Oh,
his probation officer sees this as a violation of his probation terms. She drags him before a judge, who sentences Sanad to another 9 months behind bars.
Oh my god, it's the shit probation officer, power tripping officer. He got unlucky with a power tripping probation officer. God, it's truly insane how unlucky life can be just because of like RNG. The luck of the draw, it's fucking insane.
Bars. In 2019, Sanad's probation for his second sentence ends, and for the first time in years, he's allowed to use a computer. He's now clean and living with his sister.
Oh, okay, thank God.
Nathan is terrified of having to go to jail. He's one of the youngest in the group and a gentle person. Of all of them, he was the least involved in the hacks. Nathan applies for bail until the verdict is final. He gets an ankle monitor and is allowed to stay with his parents. But the thought of what awaits him in prison eats him up. One day, he cuts off the ankle monitor.
Stupid idiot!
And tries to flee. He pays a friend to drive him to the Canadian border, but the police catch him at the border checkpoint. Nathan panics. He jumps out of the car and runs across the bridge towards the border, but the cops catch him.
What is he doing?
He's desperate and considers jumping off the bridge.
No.
Then he pulls out a knife and injures himself until he collapses. He survives and is almost immediately taken back to jail, this time serving a 2-year sentence.
He's so dumb. He was in he already had everything he needed. He was just already in probation. He just had to stay in the house. Isn't that easy for him just to stay in the house? He's a goddamn like coder. Dude, all he had to do was like stay in the house. He already do that anyway.
Before his release, Nathan comes out as trans and is now Holly.
He was on bail. I feel bad for him. I mean, he's just young and he panicked. I get it.
Prison must have been awful. Just a year after their release, Holly takes their own life.
Dax would say something like that.
In Australia, Dylan is the only one who pleads not guilty. This leads to a series of court cases that drag on for over 3 years.
I guess I pled not guilty to the sense that they tried to hit me.
Listen. I get the whole like joke about that kind of stuff, but like I think some like streamers normalize it a little bit too much. It makes me uncomfortable. Don't normalize the whole suicidal joke shit.
With everything, when it wasn't everything that I did. At the start, they put a lot of false charges on me.
Dylan is ordered to surrender his passport, but instead he heads to the airport and flies to the Czech Republic. Huh? He has Czech citizenship because his mother is from there. Shortly after, Dylan's mother is sentenced to 18 months in prison for aiding.
No! Wait, why is the mother like, what?
Mother is from there. Shortly after, Dylan's mother is sentenced to 18 months in prison for aiding his escape.
Wait, what? Oh, for aiding his escape.
Dylan claims that his mother neither drove him to the airport nor sent him money.
Yeah, it's kind of the harsh reality of everything. You know, someone's got to go down for something.
Fuck this kid. Fuck this snitch ass kid. The one that talked to the cops. The one that for some reason didn't have... Fuck this guy. Fuck this piece of shit. Oh my god. Someone's gotta go down for something? You mean your mom? What the... Yo, fuck Dylan.
Dylan moved to the UK, where he established a cybersecurity firm and gave talks on security-related topics.
What?
I'm not hiding, because I'm not doing anything wrong. I did something when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, an underage teenager. It was wrong. I learned from that.
In March 2020, Dylan shuts down his company. There's been no trace of him since.
I'm gonna say it. If I was the mother, I would have never spoke to him again. Like, for him to say something like that, and for me to hear that recording, like somebody has to go down when I did nothing wrong, but like try my best to be a good mother and give him a good life. No, that's actually like, that's like a betrayal of like, nah. That's a level betrayal that I can never like forgive in my life. That is insane. That's a level that like, I will like die with it. That's like a, nah. I cut him off of my will. I would like kick him out if I see his face again. I swear to God.
In 2017, when almost all members of the Xbox Underground had served their sentences, the police finally arrest Justin May. The authorities seized a brand new BMW and nearly $40,000.
Oh, he said that after she helped him too. No.
In cash. In 2021, he was convicted of fraud, fencing, tax evasion, and money laundering. He was sentenced to almost 8 years in prison and fined $4 million.
Ooh! Dude, sometimes I swear to God, like
during their
in the email.
Defense.
He was the least, like, I don't get it. Why was the guy that had the least amount of like hacking and like involvement had the longest, like, you know why? It's because he couldn't help and do a plea deal because he couldn't, like, he tried to run. Oh yeah, he did try to run. He's such an idiot. Such a fucking idiot, dude. Man.
Xbox dev guy. Person A is also said to have delivered a self-made prototype of the new Xbox to the FBI.
I get a copy of the indictment, and I start reading about Person A from Wilmington, Delaware.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. What a crazy story. Oh man. Alright. That was good. That was a good ass watching like thingy.